The Special Olympics was founded by Mrs. Eunice Kennedy Shriver in 1968, and New Mexico became a part in 1970. There are now more than 3 million athletes in over 180 countries involved.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space with the air like I don't care.
So the Law Enforcement Torch Run is a sort of subdivision of the fundraising department for Special Olympics, and it focuses on promoting and empowering law enforcement officers in our community all over the state to raise money and awareness for Special Olympics.
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news talking this and that.
My name's Randy Mascarella, and I'm the Executive Director of Special Olympics New Mexico.
I'm Erin Gallegos, and I am the Media, PR, Communications staff member for Special Olympics New Mexico.
My name is Oscar Solis. I'm the Operations Director for the New Mexico Law Enforcement Torch Run for Special Olympics.
My name is Peggy Boyer, and I am a volunteer for Special Olympics New Mexico.
Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along.
Special Olympics not only instills pride and confidence, but also promotes good health.
If you feel like that's what you want to do.
I've been the Executive Director in New Mexico for the past 21 years.
I've been on staff for about a year and a half or so. I interned as a volunteer here before that for about a year, so I've been involved for about 2.5, 3 years.
I started in 2006 working as the Media and Public Relations Director for Special Olympics.
I started in 2006, so 9 years. This is my 9th year.
Yeah.
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want.
Working as one of the women's basketball coaches at Iowa State University, and the athletic director called and invited me to welcome 3,000 Special Olympics into the football stadium for the opening ceremonies of their summer games. And I said, what's a Special Olympics athlete? And I decided before I welcomed them I should go find out what that was all about. So I went to the track first that day, and I watched a few hundred athletes race, and I saw joy and celebration and probably the purest form of sport I had seen for years and years and years and years.
My sister was actually on the board of directors, and photography is one of my hobbies, and she had asked if I wanted to come out to summer games, which is when everybody, all the Special Olympics chapters from all of New Mexico come into Albuquerque, and they have a huge track and field meet. And I went out there, and it was amazing. It was incredible. It just took over everything I had just to keep my composure. There was so much positive energy and happiness going on in this one stadium. I just couldn't imagine not doing it again.
Well, I used to play unified sports for Special Olympics when I was in like middle school and high school, and then I just decided to start volunteering on a more involved basis. I was in here every other day doing stuff with the old PR person, Oscar, who's still here. And it's kind of addicting. I mean, you guys both volunteer quite a bit, and it's definitely an experience that you can't really find at another nonprofit.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space.
Every Special Olympics athlete has their own story, and I think I've known some better than others over the years, but if I'm in a venue that allows me to take the time to have conversation with them or watch them, they all stand out in my mind. And I think although like we are, all are different, they have just such a strong appreciation for the opportunity to try. And that's the thing that stands out in my mind. No matter who it is, or what age they are, or what the disability is, I would say 99% of the time, unless they don't feel well or they have a reason, they love participating. And that's what stands out in my mind.
The event that stands out to me is the opening ceremonies of the Summer Games and watching each chapter from all the different areas in Albuquerque holding the signs with their name and where they're from and who they are, and they march into the stadium and walk up, and it's just amazing. And I say that, and then I think about, oh, but the dance and watching everybody dance at the end of the end of the 2-day event, and they're just energy, and it's just incredible. They're just incredible.
Bring me down, I said, because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy.
Usually I send out news releases to all of our media constituents. We have fairly good relationships with some of the TV stations and with some of the people at the Journal. Oh, and if we can get them out to the event, then we're pretty happy.
As a volunteer for Special Olympics New Mexico, I take photographs of the athletes. Boy, I've done volleyball and basketball and track and field, gymnastics. I mean, if you run the gauntlet of any of the events that they do, if they need me, I'll be happy to show up and take pictures for them. And then they use these photos for thank you cards. They're like, you can see them on Facebook, the media, pamphlets, all kinds of things that they use them for. One of the photos I took at Summer Games is on a billboard off of I-40 through the Dairy Council. It's of Tim Harris, and it's about acceptance. And I just feel overwhelmed with pride and joy that I was able to help Special Olympics and help spread the word of acceptance, and I'm really proud to be a part of it.
The ultimate goal of Special Olympics is to help persons with intellectual disabilities participate as productive and respected members of society at large. By offering them a fair opportunity to develop and demonstrate their skills and talents through sports training and competition, and by increasing the public's awareness of their capabilities and needs. Tim Harris, owner of Tim's Place in Albuquerque, is one such athlete that's helping increase public's awareness of their capabilities.
Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you...
No one is responsible for making anyone happy. Happy is something that dwells within all of us. And those athletes that will, especially at Summer Games, our next event, that will be coming, we will see happy in a way that will be overwhelming to anyone who's there, I think, because it's such a free and pure happy, and it's contagious. And so if you come to our event and you're not really sure why you're there, even you've not been there before, not only are you going to see happy, but when you see happy in those athletes, it's going to make your heart happy. So we're all about happy.
I think that the most important part is how happy our athletes make the people who volunteer with them, who participate with them, who just are spectators. their spirit, their energy is just so positive, and it's hard not to catch what they're feeling, because they're always happy when they're playing.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever sat and listened to that song, but you can almost get tears of joy when you listen to it. And I can't tell you how moved I get. I mean, even right now, just talking about it, being around the group of athletes and how they make you feel. And I think it's just sort of an unbridled, raw happiness. I mean, it comes right from the heart. Everything about that organization and volunteering and helping this special group of people who are just the kindest, most huggiest, most lovable, happiest group of people I have ever been around in my entire life.
Special Olympics New Mexico has over 6,000 volunteers statewide. To find out what we know about Happy, call 505-856-0342 and become a volunteer today.